Papa? Papa?
Slate 3, 2, 1. That's from when I have the Coco song "Remember Me." I think that's what it's called. Stuck in my head right now, and I remember Coco. I think that's the grandma's name. It's like Papa. So now I'm walking around the house going like Papa. This is a flat white made by DeLonghi, and I think it might be one of my favorite drinks now. Because before I stuck to lattes, then I moved on to. Well, I didn't move on. Then I got into macchiatos, and now I was like, let's see what else I can make. And then I tried a flat white, and muy bueno. Guys, welcome to another, it's Sunday, September 24th. It's 10:20 a.m. Pretty early. I remember my PE teacher in high school. I had, I don't know if it was called zero period, but it's like the class before school starts. And he used to say, "Early bird gets the worm." It's not really early though. It's like a solid morning, but it's not like early. I don't know if I completely agree with that. The early bird gets the worm, but whatever. Hi, it's us. We're back and have some breaking news. I picked up a new pair of jeans. We went to Ross last night because I don't have any more jeans that fit me. All my jeans, one, they're skinny, and two, your boy put on some LBs, so they don't fit. And the ones that did have a little bit of room are like really tight. So I've been putting off getting jeans for a while because, I really don't like spending money on jeans. I just don't. And when I do, I try to spend the least amount possible. I just don't like spending money on jeans. But I got a pair of Levi's at Ross, and it was $20, and I was like, sweet. That's a good deal. Because the cheapest pair of jeans I have are I've mentioned this before, are like the completely shredded ones. And those are loose, and they fit great. They're loose because, one, they're skinny jeans, but they're ripped. So they're ripped open, so that's how they fit loose. Then around the ankle area, it's a little bit not loose, but they fit comfortably because they're shredded. And I got those for $20. 20 or 25. I'm pretty sure it's 20. And I bought those in 2016. So 2015. So we're going summer 2015. So we're going on 8 years now. Over 8 years. A little over 8 years now. Still love those jeans. And it's like every day they just rip a little bit more. But I got this pair for $20. So I matched it. I was like, I could live with that. I'm good. And then in line, Devin was like, "Oh, there's little smudges on it." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't notice that." And she's like, "I don't think those are supposed to be there. And I think Ross gives you a discount on top of that." So I was like, "No way." So I asked, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't think those little smudges are supposed to be there. So we could offer you 15% off." The only thing is, it's final sale. I mean, I was already going to buy it no matter what. It's like $20. So I took it, and I saved like $3. So I paid $18. And I'm wearing them. You want to see? You can't really see it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, there we go. Nice and loose. I think they're straight leg. They're supposed to be tapered, but they're not. And I like it this way. I'm like out of frame now. There we go. Nice. I think these are 30, either 31 or 32. And I think they might be a 31 or 32 length, but they feel great. I love the way it looks. Oh yeah, I don't know if you could see the smudge. Oh, there it is, right there. Right there. And then there's a little red line right there. Little yellow smudge. I think it's fine for $18. They fit great. I love it. So, Ross, guys. Ross. I went there looking for a pair of sneakers too, but yesterday I took an L on the sneakers. Nothing good, so got these instead. Well, I went there for jeans, and then I was going to look at sneakers too, but nothing there. And I'm in the market for like a specific style. Like I like the Adidas Samba style, but I don't want to spend the money on that. And I like the New Balance ALDs, but I don't want to spend the money on those either. So I was looking for something similar within that. Also shoes, some shoes I'm willing to spend money on, and then some shoes I'm like, I can't. There's just, everyone spends their money on different things that they see fit, that they see value, that they feel comfortable spending on. And I like spending money on watches. Can you see it? This is the tag. By the way, tags, guys, resale value, at least on the quartz, horrible. I love this watch. I've had this since 2018. Yeah, 2018. I just replaced the battery. It was $60, but it'll last me probably another 5 years. And it's a good watch, solid watch. This was my daily for 5 years, so works really well. If you're not familiar with watches, I love watches. But if you're not familiar with it, there are quartz watches. So I believe they're manual, automatic, and quartz. And what that means, those terms are, it's basically like, okay, if you know watches, just bear with me. If you don't, I think it's a nice little thing to, oh, I didn't know that. But they're called movements, and movements are the same thing as an engine, basically, in a car. And so there's 3 different type of engines or movements, and one is a manual, which means every time you wear it, you need to wind it off the crown right here. You're going to wind it and then let it go, and then it starts working. And then when it runs out, you wind it again. So those are manual movements, I believe. And then there's automatic movements, which has every time you wear it, it's winding itself up, basically charging itself up, and then it runs by itself. And you could also wind it. So, some of my watches are automatic. So, no, one of my watches, not some. You wind it up and then you wear it. And then, so now it's not only wound up, but like every time you wear it, it's adding on to that. And then, so, your normal natural movements will wind the watch. And so it could constantly run. So I have a watch winder. So when I don't wear it for an extended period of time, eventually it's going to run out, so it'll stop. And I don't want to have to adjust it and move it and stuff, so I'll just put it on my watch winder, set it for an X amount of time, and then it moves like that, my watch winder. So it mimics the natural movement of the wrist, and it keeps the watch always running. And then there's quartz like this, which is a quartz movement, which is a battery powered. So it's like, a lot of watches you see, mostly Timexes, like watches like that, There are higher end watches with quartz movements, but you mainly see that in like the lower end models where you put in to think this is a lower end model to a degree. You put a battery in it and then it just ticks, and you could tell it's a quartz from my understanding where the second hand it ticks mostly for quartz movements, and then automatic movements they go like this. It's a smooth. It goes like that. So quartz and then manual. Or yeah, that way. Pretty cool stuff. Anyways, I forgot why I was talking about watches. Yeah, I love watches. Oh. I don't know if I'll talk about this. Maybe later, but I'm a huge fan of watches again and like the watch world, and I follow the watch news. I don't talk about it on my social media because it's I don't feel like that's part of my I don't feel like most of my audience cares about it, but I love it and I talk about it with Devin all the time, and she doesn't really care, but she listens because like it's like something I'm really interested in. But that's what this is for, right? We just talking. But the breaking news actually is not about watches or these jeans. It's about the mantle. So, I forgot where I left off last. Oh, I think I might have left off like I'm trying to figure out what to do because it's broken. And I was quoted like $2,000 to fix it. And I'm like, okay, well, that costs more than the mantle itself. Like several $100s more than the mantle itself. And I was like, okay, if I could, they said they're willing to refund up to 50%. And that's it. And when I told them, yeah, I was quoted $2,000, they were like, it cost us $820 to make it. We're not going to pay you $2,000 to fix it. And I said, you delivered it broken. So, okay. So it was like $1,650 plus tax. Okay. So it was $825 to make it and then $825 to ship it. So the cost of shipping was the same cost to make it. Still combined, it's cheaper than anything you'll find in the US. I've looked. If you find something cheaper, send it my way, and I'll be like, wow, that's amazing. Maybe I might order from there next time. But hand carved, all of it, still way cheaper than what you will find in the US. And they weren't like, my original goal was 75% off, because I'm like, okay, well, they should get a little bit, right? Like they hired people or their people made it. So 75% off, and then whatever the cost to fix it, and I'm chilling. So whether it was $2,000 to fix it or, well, I mean, like they'll still be in the L. They'll still take a loss if they pay $2,000 to fix it. But and like I look for other contractors, and most people weren't doing it, or they couldn't do it. And there was one guy that said, he can do it, but like he won't be able to like even look at it for like 3 weeks out. And I'm like, this thing's gonna run out, like my warranty's gonna run out 30 days from the date of delivery. So that was out of the option. That was not an option. And then there was another guy that actually came by, looked at it when I wasn't home, and he quoted me $350. He doesn't install though. And I'm not trying to do like a heavy install where it's like all like using caulk to the wall. Like he just doesn't, he said no install. So I'm like, okay, well then I got to hire someone else to install. I don't know what they're going to charge me. So he charged me $350, and he said, you'll see the cracks like if you look close up, but it'll look good. And I said, maybe. And then I found another guy who was quoting me $150. And then $30 for the materials. So I'm like a part of me is like, okay, why is someone charging me? The dude who was charging me like $2,000 was like, it's gonna look flawless, but he's got to take it to his shop and work on it. And he said his words like, show it a lot of loving. And I was like, okay, well, it's gonna look really good, but it's going to cost me more than what I paid for the mantle. Whereas the other guys were like, yeah, we could put it together, make it look good, but like it won't be like flawless. Like you won't be able to like it's not like you can't tell that it wasn't broken. You know, that you're still going to see the cracks. And I'm not, you know, now it's like I'm trying to determine, is it worth that price? Is it worth paying more than what I paid for to make it look flawless? So now I'm at a crossroads, or I was at a crossroads where I had to determine what I wanted. And then the $2,000 contractor was like, well, you should be entitled to a full refund because it did come broken. And I was like, that's absolutely true. I have like the trade protection or insurance whatever protection when I ordered it on Alibaba. And I can't remember if it came with it, but I think it did because it was pretty expensive. But it was there. And that was kind of like my last resort because I knew if I got a full refund, I'd have to fund the cost to fix it. And I don't know how much that was going to be. So if $2,000 was the cheapest that it was going to cost me to fix it, it makes sense that maybe I just don't take any sort of refund and they fund the cost to fix it. Because like the money was already paid. I don't know if you could hear that Tang's playing with this Hot Wheels. But what ended up happening was they weren't willing to budge. They're like, we're not paying for any repair costs. We're only willing to give you 50% refund. That's it. And this went on for like 3-4 days, just going back and forth. I'm like, no, please refund it. You guys delivered it broken. That's, you know, like insurance or whatever was said, like I'm entitled to a full refund if you don't deliver it as described. It's not as described. It's broken. Just, you know, at this point, I know you're not going to pay for the repair, so give me a full refund. Full refund, please. Full refund. And they said no. And then I don't know why I smirked. And then so I sent them photos originally when it came of the crate. And they're like, is the crate damaged? And I said, no. Send us photos. Sent them photos of the crate around. It's not damaged. And then they come back and then they're like, you know what? How do we know you didn't break it? How do we know that when you were taking it out of the crate, you didn't break it and now you're just trying to like scam us or whatever? They didn't use those words, but that was what they were hinting at. And they were like, we have the photos of the crate. It's not damaged. So how do we know you didn't damage it when you were looking through it or when you were taking it out? Because first they asked me, they're like, well, are the pieces out of the crate? And I said, yes, that's how I took photos of it and sent it to you guys. And they said, so how do we know you didn't break it? And I said, I didn't break it. The crate's fine. It was broken when I opened it. Full refund, please. And I didn't take it up with Alibaba yet. And they were like, no, we don't know if you broke it or not. So like they completely turned on me. And I was like, okay. And it's expected, you know, they're not trying to take that loss. And I was like, you need to give me a full refund. The crate wasn't damaged. I showed you the photos of the damaged pieces. And I took a full unboxing video. And they were like, whoa. What do you mean you took a video? And I said, I recorded myself opening the crate and looking through the pieces. I recorded it from start to finish. And I recorded it, like before I opened it, I was thinking, just a little part of me was like, maybe just to be safe, or maybe either it was for my vlog or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm going to record myself opening this whole thing just to be safe. Insurance. I don't know why I did this again. So I set up my tripod, set up my phone. My garage is messy, but I was like, whatever, you know, I have it here. So from the video, I go around the entire crate, and then I believe I stick it on my tripod. So I show the outside of the crate as it was delivered, then set up the tripod, and then show myself opening it up. And I had to use not a crowbar. I used a hammer. I used the back of the hammer and I pulled the nails out and opened the wooden lid. And then you could see me. I'm like looking in. I move like it was like a bag, and I start looking through it. And I'm like this, and then I go, and I'm like trying to like figure out what each piece is, and like then like it started to like register in my mind. Like every piece is a big piece because there's 7 pieces in total, so it's not broken up into too many pieces. And I start going like this, and I'm like, hold up. And then I look here, and there's like a jagged piece. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I look, and I'm like, oh. And then you could see it all in my reaction. I'm like, oh, like it's broken. And then you hear me go, what the? It's broken. And so I'm like looking at it. Then like I realized, then I knew, okay, it's broken. So the camera's still recording. I pick up my phone, and you could see like I pick up my phone. And then like nothing's cut. It's all one take. And then I show the inside of the crate, and I'm like, it's broken right here. So there's no way I made this up. Like the full raw, like this is, hey, I videotape myself. I recorded myself opening it up, and it's broken. So this is clear proof you delivered it broken. And I said I had that video of the unboxing, and I said it was broken. And that's when they were kind of like, oh, shoot, send us the video. It was like 400 megabytes, or originally it was like a couple gigs because it's 9 minutes, high quality. But I adjusted it to 400 megabytes, sent it over immediately after they watched it. Hey, sorry, I have to burp. They didn't say they have to burp. They said, hey, can we make you a new one and send it to you? And a little part of me was like, I mean, I could get a new one, and then I'll have 2 mantles, and I can get that one fixed. But I said, no, I don't want to wait 2.5 months. I need this now, especially for the holidays. And they're like, okay, well, what can we do? And I said, give me a full refund now. And they're like, you don't want anything else? And I said, no, I want a full refund. And by then, like, I already made the decision. I'm going to look for someone else to help fix it, and I'll just, take that full refund and use that money, hopefully not the full amount, and pay for it to get repaired. And I was okay if I paid for someone who couldn't make it as perfect, because at that I got a free marble mantle. And obviously it wasn't my intention to get a free marble mantle. I never sought out to be like, I hope it's broken and refund. Like, I really wish I didn't get that refund and that it came in one piece, because now then it would probably be in the home looking good, everything's good. But it was like a week and a half of just this fiasco. And the way it worked out was they weren't willing to pay for the repair, which I think would be fully fair, because you buy a product from someone and they give you a broken product. Like, that doesn't make sense. So if they give you a broken product, they either replace the product with the one that's not broken, or they pay for it to get repaired. And in this case, takes 2.5 months. Like, the only realistic option would be for them to pay for it to get repaired, or they make me a new one. And I chose not for them. And the only option they gave me was to send me a new one, but I didn't want to wait 2.5 months, so it was just full refund at that point. And there's a lot of skepticism on websites like AliExpress and Alibaba, and they're 2 different companies, but like when you're ordering overseas, it's kind of like, and I mentioned before in the other one where I did my research on like potential scam companies and potential cities and stuff like that. So I was confident in this company, and they had really good ratings. And so I told them, hey, if I escalate this, if you're not going to do what I asked, I told you I have the video. If you're not going to give me my full refund, now I'm going to escalate. There's an escalate button to Alibaba, and they're going to look at it, and they're most likely almost 100% going to go my way, and they're just going to issue the refund. And I don't know how it works on their end, but it could hurt your marks. So I have the video, and that was like my trump card. Like, I didn't want to say it from the beginning. I wanted to see how they, respond and react. And, eventually it got to the point where I was like, all right, now I have to use it. And it worked. And it was a really good idea that I had that, because I think if I didn't have that video at most. No, actually, now that I think I still could have got a full refund, but I would have had to escalate it to Alibaba, and then they might have done their investigation. And, if they're like, yeah, but it's like he said, she said, we don't know if you broke it. We don't know if they broke it on delivery. So we'll just go with 50. So I think, honestly, if I had the video, if I didn't have the video, I wouldn't have got the full refund, even from Alibaba. But I had it and it worked. It didn't have to get escalated. They're like, no, you don't have to do that. We'll just give you the full refund. All's gravy. And I said, okay, fine. And I didn't want to be like, no, I'm taking it to Alibaba no matter what. Because it's like, eventually, like, we're going to move, and like in a new space, like ideally, like when the kids are older, like I'd want to get another one, but like a bigger one and a different one. And so I want to maintain that relationship with them. Like they made up for it. Granted, I had the video and I was like, I have it. And they're like, I just cursed. It's at 26 minutes. Okay. Granted, like I had the video and they're like, okay, fine. But at the end of the day, like they knew they messed up, and I had that video, and they were like, okay, cool. We'll give you the full refund, and we're going to get a new shipping agent. And I was like, cool. And they said, hey, if you need another marble mantle, please consider us. Like, we love to make it up to you. We'll give you a great deal next time, and we'll make sure this won't happen. We're going to get a new shipping agent and stuff. And I said, great. I appreciate you, everyone's hard work. Unfortunately, it had to go down this road, but it's going to cost me some money to get it fixed. So, and it didn't come as described. So thank you for honoring the agreement, full refund. Obviously, you're going to take the L because you delivered a broken thing and you're not willing to fix it. So you're going to take the L on this. But, when I move and I'm in the market for another one, I'll be sure to hit you up. And I'm pretty confident that they'll deliver next time. And again, they know, like, if they'll reach out to, or if I reach out to them, they're like, okay, we worked with him before, we supplied him one. Let's make sure we don't deliver it broken to him, because we know he's going to record a video and it's going to be, we don't want to take that L. So now, like, I'm like more confident in ordering with them next time. Granted, like, considering everything that's already happened between us, I feel like we've worked up to that point in our relationship where it's like, they're like, I know they're going to give me something real, legit. And now I know if I get something broken again from them, I'm going to get a full refund. They know if they deliver something to me that's broken, I'm going to have it on video, and I'm going to be entitled to a full refund. So I'm sure the next time they ship to me, they'll make sure it's packaged properly. Because when you look in this one, it's like imagine two slabs like this. Let's use my phone. Imagine two slabs like that, right? So one of this, the tin slab is the one that broke off, and it was like this, and there was no padding right here, like that. That's how it looked like in the box. You see all that space right here in between the phone and then this slab. So I'm guessing like something hit the crate really hard, like that, and then it snapped it off, it broke it off. It went boom. But if there was maybe a lot of padding right here, it would have been able to lean on that and not broke. But it was like this, just by itself. And like, even when I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, there's like almost no padding with any of these. There's like a thin layer of like a little white padding, very thin, and that's all. But there was nothing in between right here. There was this huge gap. So pop, and that's how it broke off from just looking at it. So next time, hopefully they'll ship it. We were at that 30-minute mark. Slate 3, 2, 1. So hopefully next time they'll package it properly. That way, when it gets delivered, and all those boom, 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 the crate going boom, 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 boom from shipping won't damage the goods. So, got a full refund, and now I'm in the market for a contractor. Well, I think I have one guy. He was supposed to come yesterday or 2 days ago, but it didn't work out. So maybe he'll come this week, and we'll get it fixed. And, if it's not perfect, I could live with it. It was a free marble mantle. I'm paying a couple $100 for repairs. All's gravy, right? It's like you won't get that anywhere else. So, yep, the next step is to get it repaired and get it put up in the home. So, all's gravy, guys. Again, if you want that contact info, shoot me a DM. I will send it to you, and I'll say, hey, this is the company. And, just from my story and my experience, now you have, one, you don't have to do the research on companies. And two, now you're somewhat protected, right? Take that video of you opening it up from scratch and, have that in your back pocket in case it's not as described, in case it's broken. So, and again, like marble mantles definitely elevate your space, elevate your home, and you could get it for way, way less than what you would pay in the US. And it's hand carved. You'd pick the design. They'll show you updates and videos of them actually carving it, which is really fascinating because there aren't very many videos of that online. It's really, you really have to look, and when you finally find it, there's very few videos online of the marble mantle carvings and stuff. So it's really cool to see that. And then they took a full video of it when it was done and all the angles and everything, and you get your perfect size measured of what you want. And it's basically a custom work made to order. So great piece. Fantastic. So that was the breaking news. So yeah, now we need to find someone to fix it. Yeah, that was like a long story. A long. Before I forget, we're at 32 minutes, and gotta do my plug, guys. And caller, 15% off, TP15. They actually reached out to me a couple days ago, and they said, hey, we want to continue this partnership. So I said, okay, awesome. So they said they'll send me an email with more details on that. So if all goes well and gets signed, and the renewal goes through, then I'm hoping we could keep TP15. That way, I don't have to rewrite all the TP15s on everything I've done so far, and we could just keep it that way, and everyone could get their discounts. I see some people still trickling in, making those sales, so that's good. Getting it in. Yeah, 15% off. 15% off. Get your shirts, get your pants, your ties, your shirts, or your socks. Holidays are coming, birthdays are coming. A discount's better than no discount. And also Huckberry, guys. I've been wearing a lot of Huckberry lately too. I don't have a discount code for them, but they're 365 pants. I did promos for those. You can see it on my Instagram. They're really comfortable, really comfortable. They're really soft, and you could feel the high quality of the pants. And yeah, I guess I'll link that one down below too. But no, I don't have a discount code on that, but I do get commission on both Ancaller and Huckberry. I don't know how much commission on Huckberry. I might have said it before, I forgot, but I think I'm pretty sure I get 15% on Ancaller. So yep, transparency. If you don't want to order with the code, no problem. You could just go to their website, ancaller.com or huckberry.com. And I have another affiliate program that I got into, and I'm working with this company. I don't want to say the name yet, but it's coming probably mid-October, if not November. And I'm really excited about this one because it's a home. It has to do with home. It's not like clothes. It's not health and wellness. It's home. So stay tuned for that one. I think that one gives you 10% off, which for those products, it's huge because they're pricey, but it's most people have it in their homes, and it's definitely going to elevate the space along with the mantle. So it's not a mantle thing, but you know what? Maybe I should reach out to those guys, the mantle dudes, and be like, hey, you want to work out a deal? Give me an affiliate code. It'll give my people a discount on top of already having a very cheap rate compared to the US market. And yeah, so you get a good rate on the mantle, plus you get a discount on top of that, and then I would get commission. Maybe they would be able to, I don't know, that's a good deal. It doesn't hurt to ask, right? It doesn't hurt to ask. We'll see. Could help their business. I think that'd be a good story, right? The whole story with the mantle fiasco. Then finally the mantle's in the home, and then I do a full story on that. And so I'm just in love with it. The mantle. It looks great. Just looking at it. Even broken, I'm like, wow. All right. So, all right, guys. I think that might be it for today. We had a good time. Oh, also, we went to FanX yesterday, which is basically the Comic-Con in Salt Lake City. And we took tea. Sorry, I should charge my phone. We took tea, and I thought it was really cool. A lot of walking. Like, the convention center is huge. We didn't go to any panels or anything like that because we got tickets last minute, and we walked around, checked it out, and it was so cool seeing a lot of the characters that I'm a fan of, and a lot of people dressed up as it. Just so cool. And a lot of all the vendors that have different really cool stuff. Like, they had a vendor that sold jackets. So they had the Attack on Titan Scouts jacket, which is really cool, but that was going for like $200, maybe like $260, so we didn't get that. But we got Taeyang a Pokeball, $15. That's a lot. Just a little Pokeball toy with, I think it's Eevee, the Pokemon inside. $15, but it's about the experience. Taeyang got overwhelmed because there's a lot of people, and he wasn't having it, so we were in and out fairly quickly. But I think next time if we go, it's just gonna be Devin and I, because I don't think our kids will fare well with it. Maybe Drusilla will, but at least for the boys, they're just kind of like, oh, too many people, a lot of walking, and yeah, good time though, really fun. Maybe next time I'll dress up. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Well, I hope everyone has a great Sunday. Oh, Devin's home. I hope everyone has a great Sunday. Weather's good. Let's have a great week, everybody. Lots of stuff going on this week. This is like, the last week of September. So going into October, fall season. I think it might be fall already, actually. So, time to bring out those cardigans, those sweaters, the hoodies. Oh, like this BTS hoodie. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bye.